Intro. In the quiet corners of Pakistan, where dreams are often drowned by hardship, emerge stories of courage that shine brighter than the toughest struggles. This is the journey of Bilal, an orphan boy who refused to surrender to fate and instead chose to write his own destiny one book at a time. The call to adventure. Bilal was only 7 when he lost both parents in a road accident near Multan. With no one to care for him, he was taken to a government orphanage. Life there was tough. Food was limited, clothes were worn out, and books were considered luxuries. But Bilal loved books. He would sit for hours with torn pages he found in garbage piles, reading stories half faded yet full of wonder. Every night, he dreamed of a place where children like him could find stories without limits. A library. Crossing the threshold at 12, Bilal began working part-time at a tea stall outside a school, while other children walked in with polished shoes and heavy school bags. Bilal served them tea in chipped cups. Yet, he never let envy burn his heart. Instead, he collected their discarded notebooks and half-used pencils, stitching together blank pages into makeshift books. His first library was a wooden crate hidden under his bed. He filled it with torn novels, donated textbooks, and any scrap of paper with words on it. To him, this was not just paper, it was hope, trials and struggles. As Bilal grew older, his vision expanded. He wanted to create a library not just for himself, but for every orphan and poor child who deserved a chance to dream. But the world wasn't kind. When he spoke of his idea, people laughed. Library for street kids. They can't even buy food, and you want them to read books. They mocked. Undeterred, Bilal saved every rupee he earned from polishing shoes and serving tea. By the age of 16, he had managed to buy a small wooden cupboard. He placed it outside the orphanage with a handwritten sign, "Free books for all children. The Allies appear soon." A retired teacher named Madam Seema noticed Bilal's determination. She donated her own collection of novels and encyclopedias to his cupboard library. Word spread, and local shopkeepers began offering old magazines and used textbooks. Slowly, Bilal's dream gained shape. Children who once begged for coins now crowded around his cupboard, fighting over storybooks. Their laughter became music to Bilal's ears. The abyss, the darkest hour. Just when hope began to bloom, disaster struck. One stormy night, heavy rain flooded the street and destroyed Bilal's cupboard library. Books were soaked, pages torn, and his years of effort seemed to wash away with the muddy water. Bilal sat in the wreckage, heartbroken. For the first time, he thought of giving up, but then, a little girl from the orphanage approached him, holding a half-damaged book. "Please fix it, Bilal, she pleaded. "I want to read the ending." Her innocent request lit a fire in Bilal's soul. He realized his mission wasn't just about books, it was about keeping hope alive. With renewed strength, Bilal started again. This time he gathered bricks and wood to build a stronger structure. The community rallied behind him. Some brought nails, others brought paint. Together, they helped Bilal build a small, sturdy room that became the first free community library in his neighborhood. At 18, Bilal was no longer just an orphan. He was a librarian, a teacher, and a dream builder. His library now held hundreds of books, open to every child who needed them. Bilal's story spread beyond Multan. Journalists wrote about him, NGOs supported his cause, and soon, libraries modeled after his vision began appearing in other orphanages. What started with torn pages under his bed became a movement across Pakistan. When asked what inspired him, Bilal replied, "Books raised me when I had no parents. Now I want books to raise every child who feels alone." Bilal's journey is not just a tale of an orphan boy, it is proof that even the weakest beginnings can lead to the strongest legacies. His story teaches us that when life tears your pages apart, you can always stitch them back together and create your own book of hope. If Bilal's story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs encouragement today. And remember, never give up, your chapter of greatness is waiting to be written.